If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Gotham Spirit of the GOAT, stop listening now. Major spoilers. Here we go. Gotham Spirit of the GOAT aired October 27th, 2014. Today is October 28th, 2014. I just, have some time, so here we go. This was Gotham's first Halloween episode for a brand new series, and very well. I think they did very, very well with this one. It wasn't your typical Halloween episode where, people just dress up as ghouls and they try to get down your daughter's pants. It was more in line with the story. Pretty much this one allowed for other characters besides Jim Gordon, to be in the limelight and in the front screens of the cinema experience. Okay, so you had Detective Bullock, who is at the front, and here's a little bit of synopsis of it. And I wrote this down with chicken scratch. So let's see if I can read this. All right, Bullock is faced with traumatic memories of a similar case from his past when a killer targets the firstborn of the city's elite. So like I said, it was chicken scratch, and I was just trying to get that down. Okay, so that's what's going on, man. The Spirit of the GOAT. I don't know if this guy was supposed to be the Scarecrow. I don't think it was, because there was another guy in previous episodes that, obviously looked more like the Scarecrow, but I don't know what he's supposed to be. He might even, I guess I kind of thought he was another figure from, Beware of the Batman, but I don't think that he was. He was just a villain, and then they kind of just allowed you to get a backstory for Bullock. And now you understand why Bullock doesn't go for heroes in Gotham City. There was this partner that he had by the name of Dix, D-I-X, and Dix told Bullock, listen, Bullock, no heroes. Don't be a hero. Play it by the books. Keep it simple, stupid, and we'll get out of this thing alive, okay? And that's the kind of life that he lived by. Then all of a sudden you have this Spirit of the GOAT killer, this villain, and then he started, putting people's bodies, the children, the firstborn of the city's elite all around the city, and then they had to solve them, and they solved the crime, and then they thought they put him away, but it turned out to be, long story short, because I'm going to make this podcast really, really short, turned out to be the therapist, pretty much put him underneath a hypnosis type spell and hypnotized him in some way to where she would trigger him. Let's just call it the Manchurian Candidate, okay? So the Spirit of the GOAT was a Manchurian Candidate activated by a certain word, phrase, whatever, okay? And then after that, he went after his or her victim, and usually it was a her, usually, most likely. What ends up happening, man? Barbara's targeted. Barbara has a love spell this love triangle going on between James and that other female partner who I can't remember her name, but anyway, Barbara and her are both hot, so I mean it makes for a great lesbian drama on the show. And then Barbara is struggling because she is no longer a lesbian; she's with James Gordon, so that just makes everything really, really tricky. And James is like, "I love you, Barbara, but I don't know if I can stay with you," using his Batman voice. And then Barbara's like, just come with me, Jim. We can leave now. You don't have to stay here. And what ends up happening, okay, Penguin had this experience where he was, shot by James Gordon, okay? In shooting him, he didn't really do it. He kind of just shot next to his ear, pushed him off the bay, went into the Gotham City River or whatever, floated away, and then he was on the outskirts of town. Then he made his way back in, and then all of a sudden people were like, James Gordon, you're under arrest. And you had GCPD versus MCU, and they were trying to, arrest James Gordon with the murder of Penguin, and then they ended up doing that. At the end of the episode, Penguin reappears inside of the GCPD office space or whatever, in Office Space, nod to that great movie. But he opens the doors and he's like, "Hello, James, I'm back. My name is Penguin." And then all of a sudden everybody's like, whoa, he's back. And then it ends. Gotham. Next week on Gotham City, you'll never believe what's gonna happen. Fish Mooney, Detective James Gordon, Harvey Bullock, Penguin returns. Harvey, everybody knows what's going on. Oh, yeah. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again for watching, man. If you did like that episode of Gotham, and did you appreciate the Halloween, man, yeah, let me know. I'm pretty much out of here, man. And don't forget, man, start saving your money now, because DC Comics and Marvel Comics are pretty much going to break the bank from, I guess you could say 2016 till, I don't know, we're 50 right here.